My name is Mitzi Morris. I'm affiliated with the STAN project. STAN is a probabilistic programming language and inference engine. We do Bayesian inference, which means computational statistics. I got involved in this project in 2014 as a way to contribute to open source because I was looking for jobs and I thought contributing to open source would give me a portfolio I could point to. In 2017, I joined the STAN team full on, and I became a STAN user and a STAN developer because I was working with epidemiologists at NYU and Bellevue Hospital in New York, and they were analyzing some very interesting data about finding safe routes to schools for children, which meant that they were looking at spatial relationships between where accidents occurred, the income in the neighborhood, and the rate of accidents in order to do some kind of motivated analysis. It's very simple. STAN is designed to fit complex or multi-level models for any kind of applied scientist or any data analyst. And what STAN is doing is STAN is growing out of a tradition in probabilistic programming language of using Bayesian models. Bayesian models are a very important tool for statistical analysis, and indeed were the original way of doing statistical analysis, a tradition dating back to Laplace, where you start with a certain amount of information, you take your data, you update what you know, and you get out a full accounting of what you've learned. And what you have is, in fact, a probability distribution. So you're accounting for your uncertainty by not just estimating the most likely outcome, but estimating the variance in those outcomes. When you know the variance in your process, you are well informed to make a decision. So the Bayesian methodology leads to a very straightforward and intuitive interpretation of the statistics from your data in a way that the generally practiced statistical methods in the sciences do not, for a number of reasons. But if you have a small amount of observations for some process where you can only observe certain features, but what you're interested in is a latent feature that's not directly measurable, and when your measurements are very noisy or limited in some way, with Bayesian statistics, you can model both the process that is generating your data and the noise that is in your collected data because of your data collection methods. It's extremely powerful. And the testimonial to its power is the fact that all of the Major League Baseball teams who got to the playoffs this year have analytics teams which use STAN. The Dodgers especially have been longtime STAN users. They advertise on our message boards looking for analysts, and ditto much of Major League Baseball, basketball, football, world soccer. STAN has a lot of analytics users where they really want to know what's the margin. And it's not just for betting, it's for science, but more for finance also. But more importantly, it's really used in any applied science. Why we're doing open source software is that in a science lab, you don't have the budget to buy a package. Only the well-funded biolabs are subscribing to Stata or SAS. We're open source, we're free. We're well documented, we have tutorials, and we love to do outreach. So that has really made STAN a relatively successful and relatively widely used software package. You have given us, I think, money to translate Stan. You gave 10 grand to support the translation project, working with users who, even though we now have this amazing large language model software that's capable of translating documents, the Stan material is highly technical. So we're paying people in China and hopefully in Portugal and Latin America to translate the languages we've targeted are Portuguese because Brazil is a huge community, Spanish and Chinese. And by making the Stan manuals and Stan tutorials available in native language, we're going to reach a wider audience of students who are not totally proficient in English. The other thing that NumFOCUS has helped with is in 2023, they gave us support so that we could offer scholarships to the StanCon we had in 2023. Additional funding would mean that we could continue to hold StanCon conferences in real life or online. We have online sessions called Stan Connect. And if we had additional funding, we could really make sure that Stan has a very active teaching and dissemination arm. We could apply to send people to technical conferences to reach the domains that we want. The other thing that we would love to have significant contributions to would be to keep our Stan maintainers, allow them to continue to work on the project. This is a real crisis that is coming to the fore now. If you want to reach out and make your developer community more diverse, you're going to need to have jobs for those developers and funding so that their day job is doing what they love.